Hey, you there. Welcome back to another episode of 1 to 10. Today, we're going to take a look at the fascinating world of Africa's acacia talking trees. In the vast African savanna, the acacia tree is more than just a silent sentinel. Known as a talking tree, it communicates in a language of whispers and scents, warning its neighbors of danger and shaping the very balance of life around it. Beneath its thorny branches lies a tale of survival and secret messages waiting to be uncovered. Imagine a sunny day on the African savanna, and there stands a group of acacia trees, minding their own business, soaking up the sun and swaying lazily in the wind. But hold on. These trees aren't just standing around like your average oaks and pines. No, these acacias have a gossip network straight out of a tree soap opera. You see, acacia trees are expert communicators. When a herd of hungry herbivores, say a group of giraffes, decides to start munching on their leaves, these trees don't just take it quietly. The moment they feel those giraffe teeth, they go into full-on defense mode. Alert, alert, we're being eaten. One acacia tree, feeling the pain of having its delicious leaves chewed off, starts releasing ethylene gas into the air. Now, this gas is like a distress signal, more like a very pungent tree treat. Other acacias downwind catch a whiff and immediately start prepping their defenses. It's as if the trees are whispering to each other. Hey guys, the giraffes are at it again. Better get better. Within minutes, the nearby acacias start pumping out tannins, which make the leaves taste nasty and in high enough quantities can actually make animals sick. It's their version of putting a closed for business sign on the buffet. The poor giraffes, thinking they're on a leafy free for all, get the surprise of their lives as the leaves turn from tasty snacks into something resembling bitter old tea bags. Disappointed, they move on to the next area, probably unaware that the acacias have already tipped off their tree buddies down the road. The giraffes look around, baffled, as if nature itself is conspiring against their lunch plans. So, in this silent drama, acacias are like the secret agents of the tree world, signaling one another about incoming herbivore threats with their chemical codes. It's a slow, invincible communication network, kind of like a leafy internet, but deeply efficient for making life harder for the giraffes, gazelles, or any other leaf-loving creatures. And just like that, the acacias can rest easy. Well, as easy as you can rest, knowing they've outsmarted the animals, at least for the time being. In ancient Egyptian mythology, the acacia tree was deeply symbolic and often associated with the concept of life, rebirth, and immortality. One of the most significant connections of the acacia tree is its role in the story of Osiris and Isis, a central myth in Egyptian religion. The acacia tree was considered the tree of life, and was believed to be the very first tree to have appeared in the world. In some accounts, the goddess Isis is said to have hidden the body of Osiris within an acacia tree after he was murdered by his brother Seth. Osiris, the god of the underworld and resurrection, represents the circle of life, death, and rebirth, and the acacia tree becomes a powerful symbol of this eternal cycle. The tree's association with Osiris and Isis makes it a sacred entity in Egyptian ritual. The legend tells that after Osiris was dismembered by Seth, Isis searched for his scattered parts and reassembled his body within an acacia tree, allowing him to be reborn in the afterlife. The acacia tree, therefore, became a symbol of resurrection, growth, and the continuation of life after death. Acacia wood was often used in sacred ceremonies and burial rituals to emphasize the connection between life and the afterlife. It was also seen as a symbol of divine protection and regeneration, embodying the natural world's link to the gods. In Egyptian temples and funerary practices, the acacia tree was invoked as a source of eternal life, its evergreen nature reflecting the timeless existence of the soul. Through its associations with Isis and Osiris, the acacia became an embodiment of hope, eternal renewal, and the divine mystery of life and death in the mythology of ancient Egypt. In many southern African cultures, the acacia tree is viewed as a link between the earthly realm and the spiritual world. Some tribes believe that the acacia serves as a bridge to the ancestors and the underworld. Its roots are thought to reach deep into the earth, connecting the living with the forebears and the spirits that dwell beneath the surface. This belief is particularly pronounced among the San people, who often incorporate acacia branches into their rituals, symbolizing the connection to their ancestors and the afterlife. In the Ethiopian tradition, and specifically the traditions of the Orthodox Christians, it is believed that the Ark of the Covenant, which was brought into the country by Menelik II, the son of King Solomon and the Queen of Sheba, was made from the wood of the acacia tree, which is considered a symbol of purity and endurance. This sacred tree is often associated with divine protection and resilience, qualities that reflect the nature of the Ark itself. The Ark, constructed according to divine specifications given to Moses, is said to contain the stone tablets inscribed with the Ten Commandments, symbolizing God's law and covenant with humanity. The acacia tree is also involved in rituals and offerings in some West African communities. During healing rituals, practitioners might incorporate acacia leaves or bark into offerings. These materials are often blessed or infused with prayers to enhance their healing power. The rituals can involve the use of smoke from burning acacia wood, which is thought to purify the environment and the individuals involved. In some cultures, the acacia tree is also used in divination practices. Healers may seek guidance from ancestors or spirits through rituals involving acacia branches. The tree is seen as a mediator between the living and the spiritual world, facilitating communication during healing ceremonies. The Kamba people, an ethnic group from Kenya, have a rich cultural heritage that includes various initiation ceremonies, especially for boys transitioning into manhood. These ceremonies were historically significant and involved several rituals that often took place in sacred groves, including areas with acacia trees, which hold symbolic meaning. Acacia trees were considered sacred in Kamba culture. The presence in initiation ceremonies symbolized strength, resilience, and protection. The trees were often used as venues for various rituals, and their leaves and bark could be used in the initiation process. The acacia tree is equally revered in Namibia, with a tale of survival often recounted by locals and travelers alike. The story centers on a man, let's call him Mihai, a skilled hunter who ventured into the desert in search of game. As the relentless sun beat down, Mihai became disoriented, losing his way among the endless dunes and rocky outcrops. Days turned into a blur as Mihai struggled against thirst and fatigue. With his water supplies long depleted, desperation set in. It was then that he recalled the wisdom of his ancestors. The acacia tree, a resilient plant known to thrive in arid conditions. Mihai searched tirelessly until he found a small grove of acacias. He dug at their roots, which held moisture and nutrients, sustaining him when all seemed lost. Mihai's determination and knowledge of the land allowed him to survive the harsh environment. He learned to ration the roots, using them to supplement his dwindling strength. After several days of isolation, he spotted distant mountains that marked the edge of the desert. Guided by the stars and his memories, he finally made his way back to civilization, forever changed by his experience. Mihai's story has become a symbol of resilience, a reminder of the vital connection between humans and nature, and the wisdom found in traditional knowledge. The folklore surrounding his survival serves as an inspiration for those who find themselves lost, echoing the importance of adaptability and resourcefulness in the face of adversity. The tree is equally significant to the San people, also known as Bushmen, one of the oldest indigenous groups in southern Africa, particularly known for their rich cultural heritage and deep connection to the land. In Namibia, they have traditionally lived in arid environments, relying on their natural resources available to them for sustenance. This indigenous group utilized various parts of the acacia for food, shelter, and tools. The pods of certain acacia species can be ground into flour, but the leaves may be used for fodder. Its presence in the landscape is often linked to spiritual beliefs, and it features in their folklore and storytelling. The acacia tree is also a significant part of the Zimbabwean culture, going by the popular folklore centering on a chief who dreamt of God instructing him to plant acacia trees. In this tale, the chief had a dream where God commanded him to grow acacia trees in his village for protection. Taking this divine message to heart, the chief led his community to plant acacia trees around the village. These trees grew tall and strong, creating a formidable barrier. When an enemy tribe later attempted to attack, they were thwarted by the dense foliage of the acacia trees, which provided cover and made it difficult for them to approach the village unnoticed. This natural defense not only protected the villagers, but also reinforced their faith in the chief's vision and the guidance they received. The story highlights the protective power of nature. And number 9, coffee lovers, this one is for you. A healthy substitute to that coffee. Yes. Hear me out, okay? So, acacia seeds, particularly from the Acacia senegal and Acacia catequi species, can be used as a substitute for coffee, offering unique benefits and characteristics. Not only are they caffeine-free, which is a very important aspect of getting over caffeine addiction, and reducing all those crazy headaches that you get without having a cup of coffee, but also contain antioxidants, which are significant in this day and age of the increasing incidence of various types of cancer. And finally, we have the number 10 interesting bit of the Talking Acacia trees of Africa. The legend of the Talking Acacia trees among the Maasai people based in both Kenya and Tanzania is a captivating tale that speaks to the deep connection between nature and humanity. According to this legend, the acacia trees were once ordinary trees in the vast African savanna, standing tall and silent like any other. In the time of their ancestors, the Maasai were in need of guidance and wisdom. One day, as they gathered beneath the shade of the acacia trees, they noticed something unusual. The trees began to whisper among themselves. Their leaves rustled with an enchanting rhythm, and it seemed as if they were communicating not only with each other but also with the people below. Curious, the elders of the Maasai approached the trees and asked them to share their wisdom. To their astonishment, the acacias began to speak in a soft, melodic voice, revealing the secrets of the land, the ways of the animals, and the patterns of the seasons. They spoke of the importance of respecting nature and the interconnectedness of all living things. The trees told the Maasai stories of their ancestors and the lessons learned from generations past. They emphasized the values of courage, kindness, and unity among the people. The Maasai learned to honor the traditions and the land they inhabited, understanding that the acacia trees were not just trees, but guardians of knowledge and keepers of the history of their people. As time passed, the Maasai came to rely on the wisdom of the Talking Acacia trees. They would gather regularly beneath their branches, seeking guidance in times of trouble and celebration. The trees became a symbol of hope, reminding the Maasai of their heritage and the importance of living in harmony with nature. In this way, the legend of the Talking Acacia trees endures, passed down through generations as a cherished story that highlights the sacred bond between the Maasai and the natural world. The acacia trees continue to stand tall in the savannah, whispering their secrets to those who pause to listen, embodying the spirit of wisdom and unity that defines the Maasai way of life. And there you have it, the Talking Acacia trees of Africa. If you found this video interesting, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe. See you in my next one. Bye!